Video landing pages 101. Here's some tips for maximum impact.
The reason why you want to put a video on a landing page is because it's going to help you to convert. Optimize your landing page with video and you will see a lift.
Don't clutter your landing page with too many buttons and links. Try to keep it simple.
By having a clean landing page, you're really going to control and make a better experience for the end user. They're going to have your video and your call to action front and center and distraction free. A way to build rapport through video is by telling a story that's directly related to your audience. Tell a short story of someone who's using a product or service, how to help them overcome a common pain point that someone in your audience might have. The first and most important part of this building rapport is capturing their attention. So you got 7 seconds right in the start, do something creative.
All right, here we are.
We're back in the studio. Don't forget SEO.
I want to make sure that your metadata is accurate, your meta title, your meta description, and then you want to really optimize your keyword density, which means including your target keyword throughout the blog post, but it has to be organic. You can't game or cheat the system. Put really high value content on your page, and if it's valuable and people link to it and they spend time on that page, you will get ranked higher on Google.
Winning. Make your headline bold and clear. Make sure you upload captions to your video in the form of an SRT file. That helps the Google crawlers index your video a lot better.
So using YouTube is a really easy and free way to actually generate an SRT file. Just upload a video, you can keep it as unlisted. It is going to automatically add captions, but it's not always accurate. I'd say it's about 90% accurate. Make some updates, make some tweaks, and then from there you can download an SRT and then place it on the video that you want to have on your video landing page.
Yeah, so make sure... Got dolphins. For the videos that you put on your landing pages, find a sweet spot with the length.
Have the lengths of your video coincide with where people are in the funnel. So if they're top of funnel and they don't necessarily know you yet, your video might be as short as 6 or 12 or even 15 seconds. But if they're trying to learn a little bit more about your business, maybe then it could be 30 seconds to 2 minutes. And if they're bottom of funnel and they're really trying to understand your product or your service, it could be up to a 5, 10, or even 30-minute video.
Maybe consider editing it down a little bit to get the length a little bit more manageable. Trim out the pauses, trim out the ums. So now let's talk about the video on your landing page. Here's how to organize it in the most effective way.
So one of the first things you'll want to cover is just some pain points. By describing their pain points without them having to tell you, that's really going to connect well with people.
Then it's time for your first call to action. This is not the hard sell. Rather, this is just getting them to continue watching the video.
To keep them engaged in your video, you're going to have some more information available for them.
Next, start explaining your credentials.
What is it that separates you or you as an expert in this field or subject matter? A little bit of explanation. You don't have to go into your entire resume. Just some highlights why you're an expert in your field.
The two best tools that you can use in your video storytelling are empathy and authority. So if you can establish that you understand someone's pain points, they can connect to you. Also, if you show that you are the person to provide a solution, either through yourself and your product and service or through your company, people are going to connect and you'll see higher conversion rates.
The next thing is actually what the product or service is that you're offering, a description of that and how it meets those pain points or will solve those. They're going to be most interested in how it's going to immediately impact their business or life. So get to those points quickly.
Now it's time for the next verbal call to action. Reiterate how viewers can make the purchase. A simple click below to buy works pretty well. Now follow that up with some context on what might happen if they don't follow through with the purchase. You don't want to use scare tactics. You can just kind of nudge them into the purchase.
A really effective way of creating that scarcity is by telling a story of someone who didn't have the product or service and what they were missing out on.
And finally, you can end the video with one last verbal call to action that asks them to purchase, gives them the information on how they can purchase, and then hopefully they'll follow through.
Position the video on your landing page or website where it can have the highest chance of converting. This is either at the front and center in the very top of your page. That's the first thing they see. They get all the information they need right there. Or sometimes you'll see is a squeeze page where they have lots of information, testimonial, some things like that. And at the bottom is a final video with their calls to action. For the most part, if the video is the primary driving force on your landing page, you want it front and center, right nice and big at the top of the page.
One of the options that you will have with your videos when you embed them onto a web page is to turn autoplay on. Now, autoplay is a little bit tricky because it doesn't always work. It really depends on the user's browser and the device they're on. Typically on mobiles, it will not autoplay. On desktop, depending on the user's browser settings, you might get an autoplay. It's not always guaranteed. Keep in mind that when you do have autoplay on, the user will have to click replay with sound on, which is not always the best practice. It's best to A/B test everything and see what converts the best.
It's important to have a cohesive tone across your entire video landing page. That includes the video that you've embedded, the text that's on your landing page, the graphics that's on your landing page, Everything needs to be cohesive, especially for business cases. This tone usually should be professional. Yet we're seeing now more and more, people want to see a human side to it. Don't be afraid to be a little bit playful. So have a little bit of fun, a little bit of professional across all of the assets on your landing page.
Winning.
Remember, using video is very powerful, but it also should be very easy. Don't let the production of video get in your way to share stories and to create video landing pages. Figure out ways that you can use your existing devices like your mobile phone and your webcam and your screen. Share videos that help educate people and convert them. Sometimes you'll want to invest into a more produced video. Other times you want to have a very human, very casual video that you shoot with your phone. Figure out the right video on the right channel that works for you and get yourself into a flow to continually do it, because it doesn't stop at the first video. You have to continue and commit and keep putting content out there. That's what's going to get you the best conversions.
And here at Dubb.com, we can help you do that.
Everything we've listed in this video and in this blog can be done very quickly and easily using the Dubb platform, as it allows you to create these videos embedded on your website, landing pages, emails. Will help you drive conversions, sales, engagement, and referrals.
Dive into the details on Dubb.com. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe to us on all our channels. Twitter, Facebook, Imaginary Book, and 1,000 others.